Hi, this is Gaiaps, and I'm going to be let's playing Hidden Mysteries, The Fateful Voyage, Titanic. Actually, I think it's Hidden Mysteries, Titanic, The Fateful Voyage. This was a request from my friend, and I'm going to be doing this episodically, so it won't be one big video, which is normally how I record stuff because I'm super lazy and don't like to edit things. Okay, so the music is a little bit obnoxious in the title screen, which seems to be a thing with Titanic games. Okay. So I'll just make a new account. Get started.
I was newlywed to a gentleman of means. My ticket out of these rotten boroughs into an infant society where I could establish myself without fear of being judged by my past. And yet something tugged at me as we drove towards Southampton.
I wonder if that
a deep-seated urge to seek shelter, to be happy with my meager lot in life, rather than to forge ahead haplessly into the unknown. I banished these thoughts from my mind as best I could, willing myself to focus on the cradle of New York City, which awaited mine and Robert's arrival some 5,000 kilometers away. I was one of the lucky few afforded the opportunity to travel on the RMS Titanic. I was curiously uncertain about many things, but I knew without a doubt this would be a journey I wouldn't soon forget.
A night to remember, yes. So they parked on a quay that's like jutting out from the harbor,
welcome aboard,
but the ship's going to sail right through it later, so I don't understand that.
May I have your boarding passes, please?
Of course. Here you are.
Ah, Mr. Ashley, an honor, sir. And madam?
Robert, don't you have my boarding pass?
No, I gave it to Montague. He was to give it to you.
But he didn't. At least, not that I remember.
Mr. Ashley, madam, perhaps you could step aside until you find madam's pass.
So, this is Discount Brendan Fraser, is what I call him, and this is Discount Ralph Fiennes. You'll discover quickly that everyone in this game is using what I would generously call not a real British accent. The most annoying is the child. Your husband's a bit of a prick, also. And I love these signs. It's like first class, don't you know? Anyway, I'm tired, so I'm going to be mumbling a lot. Let's go over
Montague,
here.
do you have my boarding pass?
Margie?
Mother? What on earth are you doing here?
Twist.
Came here looking for you, Margie, to beg you not to go to America.
Mother, we've discussed all this. I have a new life now, a husband.
Oh, yes. You mean the husband what made you renounce your own blood? How could I forget?
We'll be back for a few weeks this winter. If you insist, we can discuss this further then. Right now, I have to find my boarding pass.
If I may, madam, I have both of our boarding passes right here. Just a moment. They're gone. It was that boy. That boy stole them.
These two, or this game has a really interesting understanding of class in that they've heard that there's class. They've heard there's a class system on the Titanic, but they don't really understand what that means, except in like really crazy, exaggerated ways. So you just learned that you, the main character, were a poor person who married a really rich guy, which does happen, but doesn't really work out how they show it to work out. Like her husband is really snobby, and you're kind of like, well, I don't feel like he would have actually married a poor person, but whatever. Alright, so we have to go find this boarding pass.
Little boy, did you steal some papers from that man over there?
What? I never did nothing.
What's your name?
George.
George. That's a pleasant name. I don't want to hurt you, Dorothy, I promise.
Excuse me.
Why don't you just give me the papers back and we'll leave it at that?
Get stuffed, lady.
That kid has the worst accent in the game. We're not going to talk to him again right now. So here's the central mechanic of these hidden object games, which is to find hidden objects. I don't really like these screens where it's just a bunch of crap and they randomize the list of things that you're supposed to look for. So like American flag might not be what you have to find every time, although you're always supposed to find this knife. But yeah, I find that this kind of stops the story from going along, like it kind of stops it dead. It's like, oh, you come over here and you're just looking for this knife, but you have to find all this other crap too. So let's see, I'm really bad at them. Heart, a rose, a bottle opener. I sort of know where some of this stuff is, so I'll be skipping some of them actually, because I just don't care. Tonk, tonk, tonk the game. Tonk, tonk, tonk. Oh, there's a heart. Playing cards. Come on, that's what those are, isn't it? Okay, they're right here. And see, you can like click around them, but unless you like directly hit them, the game's just like, oh no, you didn't click on that. Fork. Spider. What's the other thing? The letter P. I totally clicked on that. Oh, fuck. Alright, we get the knife. So, baggage.
No.
Unless you click exactly in the right place.
So many cigarettes. Pity they aren't my brand, and that I don't smoke.
Well, if you don't smoke, then you don't have a brand.
So...
Ugh, do I have to talk to the kid?
George, get out of that car this instant!
No, you can't make me.
I only want to speak to you properly. What if I gave you a present? Would you like that?
Got any cigarette cartons?
No, and even if I did, I wouldn't give them to a little boy. I'm convinced they're not good for you.
Well, I want cigarettes.
I don't understand that dialogue point, because it's
cards
like,
that come in the
it's
packages.
not like
I've bought
people in the
50
past
already.
gave
I've got
kids
full
cigarettes. They had good reason not to. It was sort of like a social convention. Women weren't supposed to smoke in this period either.
Let's see if I can find
I
any of
don't
those
understand why
collectible
they have to
cards
be
in
like,
this
or
mess.
she knows that they're unhealthy. It's sort of weird. Anyway, I don't find these ones so hard that are just like look for the same thing. And I have sort of, I mean, I played this through a couple times, so. Oh, it's probably somewhere stupid. Oh, there it is.
10 should do the...
Give it to this kid.
Here you are, George. Now can you return what you stole, please?
What I want with a bunch of lousy papers? The other ones what took 'em.
The other one?
The other one's there. The lady. I saw her pick up the papers while the old bloke was busy beating on me.
Maybe they just put cotton balls in the kid's mouth and told them to talk like a British person they'd heard on the news or some crap, because it sounds so
I'm
bad.
most sorry I lost your boarding pass, madam.
Give me back my boarding pass, Mother.
What? Oh. Oh, well, I did find a boarding pass, come to think of it. Is it yours? Oh, dear me, I'm so very sorry. There you go.
I can't believe you, Mother. Give Montague back his as well.
Well, I only found one. If, as you say, there was a second pass, it must have blown away.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. I'd best pop off at the ticket office and purchase another pass. The ship's about to leave port.
Well, I'll be going myself. Must take my medication. So long, Margie.
Ooh,
Farewell.
foreshadowing.
Have a good trip. I'll see you come winter.
Thank you, madam.
I just can't
All
Brendan
appears to be in
Fraser
order.
says we can
And
get
good
on
thing,
the
too.
boat.
It would have been a shame to miss out on such an historic voyage.
Indeed.
Indeed. So this is part 1, and this is the next part I call part 2. There's 15 parts in this game, and part 15 is has an alternate part. So basically, you make a choice in part 14, and if whatever choice you make, you run through different events.
I fancy
That's the
a
last
bit of
part of the
lunch.
game.
Care to dine at the Café Parisien?
I'm not hungry at the moment. I'd just like to spend some time settling in if it's all the same to you.
Not a problem. You know where I'll be if you need me.
Alright, so we're about to find out the crazy part of this game.
I need to...
Okay, yeah, I know. Oh, well, I should have let you see that. She just says there's a false bottom, but she can't remember what she put in there, which was lipstick. Very useful.
Ah, you've arrived. I ordered without you. I didn't think you were coming.
That's quite all right. I'm not feeling well anyway. I've no appetite at all.
Perhaps you just need to get your sea legs. Might take a while, but do try and act yourself by this evening. We'll be dining with the captain.
Alright, so here's another find the stuff thing. I just skipped it. I don't have much. Anyway, we're gonna do it again right here, so who cares? Baby bottle, wristwatch, nail. Oh, tonk, tonk, tonk the game. That's a shell. Oh, there's a stupid snail. Garlic, lemon, squid, a spoon. Oh, that's what you're supposed to find. A female symbol. Oh, there it is. Notepad, chef's hat, piggy bank, carrot. Oh, that was an easy one.
I'm in no mood for a proper lunch with Robert, but a boiled egg might hit the spot. Too bad reaching into that water would scald my entire
arm. Entire. That's not the only time she says that in this game too, which I find really funny. I don't know if pouring salt into eggs makes them rise to the surface of the pot. But anyway, I don't care enough to look into it.
Seems the little fellow just doesn't want to let go of that perch. No?
Yes, that is right. We sort of have to wait for the sparkles to show up. Oh yeah, I do this a lot. Instead of hitting the back button, I'll just use the map. I hope it doesn't bother anyone.
What have we here? A secret passage? I'm an inquisitive kind of girl. Let's see where this leads.
Spoilers. There's secret passages in the Titanic.
I'm Dean Cavaloris, and you've entered my private sanctum.
This is
one
discount
that
Thomas
I designed
Andrews.
into the plans from this ship's very inception.
You designed this ship?
Well, not exactly. I was
See what I mean
employed
by
as an
discount?
assistant shipwright. I was placed in charge of all the less glamorous aspects of shipbuilding. Plumbing, cargo holds, engines, that kind of thing.
Ah. So you slipped in a little private stateroom for yourself, and now you're a stowaway on your own ship. Is that it?
What I have built here is a network of halls between halls, that I may bear witness to history in the making. I silvered mirrors on several decks so that I can see out, but nobody can see in.
To each his
Creepy.
own, I suppose. I'll be leaving now.
Don't
No,
worry,
sir.
he will never be called out on
But
it.
you cannot leave the way you came in, I'm afraid. One-way door.
I should have guessed as much. So how do I get out of here?
Down the second hallway, there's another mirrored door which opens into the first-class parlor. Just try not to be seen leaving, or we'll both end up in the stockade.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of getting you in trouble.
That opened the valve. I closed the vent.
Okay, I
I
maybe
think I
can't
see
pick
some
them up.
matches under there. If I'm going to be walking around in these
There's a lot
tunnels,
of
I'll need a lot of them.
I'll do puzzles. Basically, you need to fill up the skip puzzle meter, so I'll do these ones that I don't mind so much. 3 left. Oh, the matches are really hard to see though. Where's the other one? So there's one and one more.
That should do it. If I end up needing more than this, that will mean I've really lost my way.
Mm-hmm. So there should be pipes in here. Pipe. Okay. And then we're gonna go out to the... This is a maze, but they're really shit, so...
That must be the door Mr. Tavaloris
but there's gonna
was
be another
talking
one
about.
anyway, so you'll
There are
see.
some people standing on the other side, so I can't use it. I could probably make out what they're saying to each other if I tried.
If I walk over there, they'll notice me,
Just
so...
open the valve.
I like how she sounds like it's like the
I
worst thing
closed the
ever.
vent.
Oh, I'm supposed to leave that vent open.
I opened the vent.
Yeah. Yep, lady, sure. I think that's the only one in there. And none of these fit out here, so... Okay, so here's the maze. That's exactly what people sound like, eh, when they walk.
I recognize this crate from the dock. It's got a lock on it. But randomly guessing at the combination would be fruitless. That
Turn
opened
that
the valve.
on. Close the
I
vent.
closed the vent.
We put this here. And then we pick up 2 more pieces. It's one of these, like a
I
weird
routed
shaped
the
one.
steam
Okay.
into the next room.
So this one.
Steam fogged up the mirror. Maybe now I can get close enough to listen to their conversation without being spotted.
It's a priceless mummy of the pharaoh Menkaure. That's why it's secured with a combination lock. I used my birth date as the combination, the month, the day, and finally the year.
That's probably not a smart thing to tell me. I'm psychic,
This
you know.
guy
I could easily guess your
is
birthday.
I don't see how that matters. If you're truly psychic, you'd know the combination
kind
regardless
of
whether
a
it was my
racial
birthday.
stereotype.
March 21st.
Not even
I mean, he's got the
close.
Pooh
Right.
accent,
But the month's got
and
an
they
A in
kind
it.
of treat him
Or an E.
bad in the
Actually,
game.
no. Forgive me for saying so, but you're
You're
not
not
very good at what you
do.
do. I will tell you that if you take the number of letters in the month times itself, you'll get the day.
Tut tut. Say no more. I have it sussed. So, what year were you born?
That's an impertinent question to ask a lady. Nevertheless, my lack of confidence in your ability is such that I would gladly part
Why
with
are
that
they
information.
having this discussion?
I was born in 1867.
That's just kind of stupid.
I
Alright.
closed the vent. I've routed the steam into the next room.
Yes, lady. So,
Now that I have a little more information, let's see if I can decipher the combination
so this is
to
the
this
lock. The solution is, not very difficult, but it's 7, 16, 67. And guess what it is? A mummy.
A sarcophagus.
So we're just gonna steal its shroud.
It looks thousands of years old.
I'm gonna touch it.
I think I'll hang on to the shroud.
It's my
for this
friend's
puzzle.
precious mummy. I'm going to destroy its historical value.
That set off an alarm. I'd best make myself scarce.
Excuse me for interrupting.
Oh, not at all.
It's just that the heat sensor in hold number 4 went off, and the captain thought you should be alerted.
Hold number 4.
This guy's
Menkaure is in
collar
hold number
really
4.
bugs me.
I've got to be sure it's okay. Excuse me, both of you.
At last.
Also her
I'd
dress.
better sneak
but
out while I can.
the fact that his collar is like popped out of his uniform is super weird.
Ah, Mrs. Ashley, I've found you. I witnessed an event below deck a short time ago which I thought would be of interest to you.
Not my mother.
Well, I was endeavouring to check in some of Mr. Ashley's valuables with the ship's purser when I chanced to see a middle-aged woman arguing with a steward. She was demanding to be allowed up to the first-class cabins.
Please don't tell me it was my mother.
I'm afraid it was.
The schemer. She had your boarding pass after all. I need to find her and have a word. You said the steward escorted her back to steerage.
Yes. However, I'd imagine they would be no more inclined to let a young, upper-class woman down to steerage than they would allow your mother up here.
Sorry.
Then I'll simply have to find a way to sneak down. I don't recognize that game you're playing. Might I ask what it's called?
I haven't the slightest idea. That fool psychic Yannick said that if I wished to get a proper reading from him, I had to first separate his spirit deck into 2 separate chakric spheres. Spirit deck, indeed.
Did he tell you how?
Oh no, that would be too easy. He
I
gave
actually
me
read
this
another book where there's
oracle,
like they talk
which
about
I
an
might
Indian
add, looks
person
exactly
being on
like a
the ship,
poorly made
and there's
pocket
sort of
watch.
like a
Said the
racist
hands would
like
guide
comment
me.
about it. But I wonder if there
Would
actually
you
was
care
an
to give it a try?
Indian passenger.
I can't make head nor tails of it.
Yes. All right.
It would be interesting to look up. I have not done much research into that. Alright. So this whole game is really easy. Just pick whatever card the shorthand is pointing to and put it in the deck that the red second number is pointing to. So the 4 goes here, and then it spins again. 8. Come on. Yeah, it's an 8, right? Must be the other 8. 4. 12. 10. 1. 2. Yeah. Is there another 2? Oh, there is. 8. 10. 2.
Let me take a quick look. You did it! Thank you so much. It seems so elementary in hindsight. I'd better go find Yannick, which won't be difficult. He calls himself a medium, but I'd say he's more of a large.
Anytime, Odette. Good luck.
The other thing is that you later find out that Montague has a cabin on first class, but his original ticket was for third class, which I don't understand how that worked out. And also, single men traveling in first and third class would have specific bunks with only other men, so the mother character could not actually stay in a room booked for a single man in steerage. So none of this actually works out the way they say.
Where to, ma'am?
Also,
F-deck,
no
please.
Eastern
Sorry,
European
ma'am.
elevator
F-deck is for
steward.
third-class passengers only.
I don't know where they got that idea. I guess they had the voice actor, maybe. Maybe he made the game.
George, what are you doing up here?
I didn't do nothing, and you can't prove that I did.
Oh, really? You didn't make this mess.
Oh no! Someone took me favorite book. Went right off with it. I ain't going nowhere till I get it back.
Chills. Oh man, is this
Is
your
this the
book?
book, George?
Oi, that's it! I knew they had it.
Well, that's a happy ending then. So are you going to clean up this mess before you run off to read? Marvelous. Gets what he wants and off he goes. Guess I'll have to clean up.
In this game's understanding of class, I'm actually surprised that they admit he can read. look, game.
There, snug as a bug. Oops. A library card fell from one of the books. I'll hang on to it for the moment.
So I need the cookies.
Odette left her tea cake behind. I'm sure she won't mind if I put it to good use.
Take sugar with a library card.
This should help me learn which buttons get pressed. Oh, I'd better not. Could you bring me my coat, please?
Of course, Mrs. Ashley. Wait here.
Of course they
I
had
won't be a
them
moment.
locked. I don't know. I shouldn't really go through this
Mrs.
game being
Ashley,
super
begging your
nitpicky.
pardon, I can't seem to find your coat.
Oh, not a problem. Montague must have collected it already. Thank you for looking.
My pleasure.
It's just, this game has so much potential to be super weird and stupid, and it's just like boring, not really weird. Because, I mean, apparently there's a creeper that just lives behind the walls.
That did it.
But it never comes, like, it's not really, I mean, there's no plot to this game. It's just like bumble through the Titanic sinking. The game, the experience. So we have 3 coats. I find this game, or this, really hard to do. So 3. Alright, so there should be 2 shoes. Where's the... They're really fake looking. Where are they? Oh, there they are. Oh, there's still clothes left? Shit. Oh, there they are. The boots. So there's
Now,
3
let's see
boots,
what
3
looks
jackets, 3
Or
hats, and
more
then gloves,
accurately,
I guess.
bad on me.
Alright. Well, so here's your clothes, and it's so her hips are right here. Uh-huh. And this, I don't know. I mean, whatever. So we can put her in this. Oh, I guess it's a scarf. I see. Give her a hat. It's super ugly. And give her some, like... I mean, none of these clothes look good, so whatever. But what they want you to do is dress up with
style
the
is second
black
to none.
dress. So here's what I think is really funny. So if we try to get in the elevator now, Vincent will be like,
Where
no.
to, ma'am?
F deck, please.
Ma'am, I applaud your perseverance. And that outfit is indeed more fitting for a seamstress than a duchess. But it is still a bit unmarred.
Oh? And what, pray tell, would you suggest?
Pray
I
tell.
wouldn't be so bold as to suggest how ma'am should treat her clothes, if those are in fact ma'am's clothes. But I cannot in good conscience take you to steerage unless, how to put this delicately, tatty them up a bit.
So, apparently this game thinks that you can only prove your 3rd class if you literally, like, smell like shit.
The crumbs from the tea cake.
It's like the Monty Python sketch where they're like rubbing mud on themselves in the Holy Grail. So we gotta get our clothes shit on by pigeons because obviously poor people just walk away in their own filth all the time.
What it looks like now.
Where to, ma'am?
F deck, please.
Of course.
Yeah, so that was 4 chapters. I'm going to leave it here and pick this up another time. So, thanks for watching and see part 2 for the rest. Probably part 3 and maybe part 4. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.